Hey everyone, so today is going to be the unboxing, so to speak, and comparing of the somewhat new, it's not really new, I think the California version has been out for a while now, but it's new to me. Just picked it up, the SIG P320 M18. Okay, before I start, all the guns have been checked, they've been torn down, they're clear. So all you Karens out there, just relax. They've been checked. Even though you see mags in here, they're empty. The main comparison here today would be the California version of the SIG P320 M18, as you see here. I'm going to roughly be comparing it with the Glock 19, which in this version it's the C version, the compensated version with the ported barrel. But just for example, size examples, this is the Glock 19. It's a Gen 3. Glocks don't have California versions. Glocks only have the Gen 3, which California is pretty much locked into, is frozen in time on, because Glock won't redo and offer a whole new updated version just for California, meaning the LCIs and external safeties and all that. So I get that, but this is the comparison: the Glock 19 versus the closest thing that I have, that I own, versus the California version of the P320 M18. Now, a better comparison size-wise would probably be the Glock 19X, which has the longer grip, which more closely aligns with the M18 grip. But since those are not, well, I don't think they're not legal in California, the 19X, if they are, let me know, but I didn't think they were, and I certainly don't own one. But that would be the same gun here, the Glock 19, only with a slightly longer grip, which would compare more favorably to the M18 California. So let's first discuss the California version differences from the rest of the world M18s. Now, it's pretty much the same old crap. I'm not going to knock it, because if they didn't have all this crap, then we in California couldn't own one, an M18. So it's good and bad. I mean, we have all the additional crap on here, but you know, the LCI, which is right here, which pops up when there's a round in the chamber, and the mag disconnect, which if you chamber it, you can't fire it. Even though the safety's off, it won't fire until empty, the mag's in. So it's the same old crap as you see on the rest of their California versions, like this P365 California, which I'll mention in a little bit. But they're you know, it's the same thing for all of them, so I won't spend too much time on it. And the next thing for California, the big difference to me, and there's nothing SIG can do about it, is the magazine capacity. Obviously, California has the 10-round magazine limit for anything. So that's not SIG's fault. But the good thing is SIG does offer the flush fit, that they provide 3 flush fit 10-round magazines. I will mention, though, that save your comments on how crappy it is here in California. We know we're restricted on all this. We know it sucks. These are really the size comparison. The closest thing California has is really this, in Glock, is the Glock 19, which is it's about the same dimension-wise. About the same dimension-wise, and it feels about the same. This feels a little more, I don't know, not substantial, but it feels a little beefier, most likely because of the grip. The grip on this is kind of bulbous, and some people don't like that. It's kind of an acquired taste. or depending on the shape of your hand and what you're used to. The Glock's isn't quite that way. It's a little narrower. I never thought I'd say that a Glock double stack would be narrow, but compared to this, it's kind of narrower. But it's personal preference, really. But size-wise, they're very similar. Again, the Glock 19X would probably be a closer fit dimension-wise, but this is a California assessment of this gun, so it's really not an option. I brought these two here just to demonstrate the difference between the SIG P320 M18 full size versus their SIG P365 California. As you could see, it's quite a bit different. It's in a different class, but it's you'll see there's a good angle. It's quite it's a whole different classification. So, but I just wanted to bring that out for an example. And here's the Ruger Max 9, also more of a carry pocket pistol. Here with the 365, just for comparison's sake. So what's the objective viewpoints on this new SIG, or this, not new SIG, but the California M18? So the objective points are there's not much difference between these two, except the good news is this has the machining for the red dot, which I've ordered, and I'll do another video when I slap it on here. But I ordered the Holosun for the red dot on this, but I'm still waiting on it. But this already has the cutout. The Glock does not. So this is using the plate that goes into the iron sight slot, which works fine, but it's not as nice, and it's maybe an 1/8 inch higher than the same red dot would when something's machined. So not a big deal, but it's nice to have the machined slide, which most of the new pistols come with now, is the machine thing, and that's a really good deal with the SIG Californias. They're very well designed as far as their LCI and red dot designs, how they fit in there. There was a lot of thought given to them, and it really works well. The subjective points are, it's really just the looks, and like I mentioned already, the grip feel. This feels pretty substantial. Now my hands are on the slightly larger side, so maybe this doesn't bother me so much, this kind of bulbous grip. To me, it feels more like a better solid grip. But then again, most of my guns are Desert Eagles with the groove grips, which are like twice as fat as this. So maybe that's why this feels just right for me. But that's about it. It's just, subjectively, it's there's not much difference. It's just it's your personal preference between the two on how they shoot, and just the gun feel. The cost, the cost I forgot to mention, that would be more objective. It is what it is. These are more expensive. This version, I could have shopped around, but I just kind of waltzed in and I bought this, and it was $7.99 plus the fees. You probably get these $100 less. So generally speaking, approximately, it's about $100 less. And that's it. I mean, these cost more, but it is a nicer gun, because you get the cutout, and it's a newer model. You get, it's just got any new improvement that comes out. It's kind of built into here. So that's about it. I mean, in closing, if you're in California, and if you're in the process of choosing between these two, I wouldn't say it's an easy choice. They're two different guns. They're two different feels to them when you shoot these. They it's mostly just that grip, and this not being a 19X, a Glock 19X. So this has the longer, the longer grip. Now you could change frames and all this, but then you're defeating the whole purpose of buying these guns, and then you wind up throwing all kinds of money into it. I mean, that's really why on my Max 9 here, I didn't. This would be a major ordeal putting a red dot on it. You could use the bracket here, but the bracket here might extend into this little lever here. So bottom line is you have to take this out, you have to take that out, then you have to send this in, and you have to get it machined, and then you wind up spending a whole bunch of money on something that was a good selling point of this Max 9 is the price. So you wind up throwing the money away. The P365 that comes, like I said, it's machined. It's really a nice design how it nestles in right in front of the LCI. So it's just these little nuances that make a difference. Anyway, that's about it. I don't want to take too long here. So here's a few shots. I went to the range and shot a few mags. I didn't even wait. I just shot them, and I wanted to wait until I got the red dot, but what the heck. So not super accurate. I think when I measured, it was about roughly a 7-inch grouping here at 10 yards. Everything I shoot is really at 10 yards. So 7-inch grouping using just the standard iron sights. For me, that was pretty decent. And that's about it. If you're in California, which you're probably watching this because you are in California, again, the Glock 19, it's about $100 less, maybe 150 if you shop, but about $100 less than this. But you get more with this, like I said. You do get more, but it is a different feel. So depending on what you're used to using, if you're used to Glocks, this definitely doesn't have a Glock feel to it. It's hard to explain, but a lot of the gun ranges also have they have loaners, and this has been out long enough where they'll let you shoot this. They have these for rent at most ranges, so you might want to give that a try because they do feel just the whole experience is slightly different. And that's about it. Hopefully this has been of some help, and here's a few initial shots. I'll like I said, I'll be posting another video when I finally get my Holliston red dot, and hopefully I could shoot better. But if nothing else, the red dots do help when you're as you get older. It's I think personally that the red dots are easier to zero in on, but these are accurate. I mean, I certainly wouldn't use that as an excuse for the size of your groupings, the red dot or not. And if you're using it for carry, which you can, but these are typically more your common carry pistols, the red dots really aren't. They're not really needed, is what a lot of people say, and I tend to believe that. If you're using it for carry, you're talking 10, 15 feet maybe that hopefully you won't have to use it, but maybe 20 feet at the max. Red dot's kind of overkill, but that's just my opinion. That's it. Check it out.